All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, drummer friend of mine sent this out to me, Eric Lavra Band, Twilight Dream. It's really good. If you like the music of Tom Petty, say on Tom's second album, that album is called You're Gonna Get It. That's my reference point for this sound, but you'll also hear the birds and anything that twangs. This is pure twanging good stuff. I think at least one song is uploaded to YouTube. It's called Dream About You, but the entire album from start to finish is a throwback, and it's just fantastic. All analog recording here, superb. And this drummer who sent it to me, he's playing on this. His name, by the way, is Dean Castronovo. So yeah, I'm name dropping there. It was a fake. Anyway, yeah, Dean Castronova, he actually did send it to me. See, it's like we're buddies. He sends me stuff, which is cool. He needs to send me a big check in the mail. The channel continues to hemorrhage, revenue, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Don't forget about Modern Retro Radio. Really cool radio station. You can check it out. They're playing music that I don't think a lot of other stations are playing. They went into Tina Turner mode yesterday as a tribute to the late, great Tina Turner, who unfortunately passed away on Wednesday at 83 years old. And we did a little video tribute here. And when I say little tribute, there's so much more that can be said about Tina Turner, and maybe I will address some of that in the days, weeks, months, years ahead, depending on, how things go with me and this channel. If you want to support my channel, please do so over at Patreon, $1 a month. Also, I'm on Truth Social. Yay. I don't know. Truth Social. I may have to go over to Twitter, Ron DeSantis went over there yesterday, and apparently so many people were trying to log on that the thing crashed. I don't think I'm going to have that problem if I go over to Twitter. So nobody will know I'm even there. It's just great. It's like the algorithm will just skip over me, just like it's doing now. All right, so I wanted to talk about Jimmy Page and the fact that he didn't show up at this really incredible concert in honor of Jeff Beck, who got 2 nights worth of amazing tribute. And good for Eric Clapton and Rod Stewart and everybody involved with it who really made it work. And you need some star power there, and it was a really good lineup. And everybody just did their thing out there. There was no showboating. There was nothing that was scripted or staged. It was just a sincere tribute to one of the greatest guitarists ever. And, I'm still wondering when they're going to do the same thing for Eddie Van Halen. I think Wolfgang the other day was talking about, again, the dysfunction within the Van Halen camp. Okay, screw the Van Halen camp. Just get a bunch of people together and don't include the Van Halen camp. Just get some really great guitar players out there and say, hey, we're doing our own tribute to Eddie Van Halen. If people within the Van Halen organization would like to attend, that's up to them. They don't have to. Anyway, that's my feelings on this. As far as Jimmy Page goes, I don't know why he wouldn't show up. I mean, he and Jeff Beck, I assumed were close. Maybe, they were so close that he just didn't want to go out there and kind of relive the past, whether it's from the Yardbirds era or any time after that. I'm just thinking with Jimmy Page, he's a bit more reclusive than the other people who attended. I mean, Billy Gibbons was there. ZZ Top. And it was just an interesting mix of people and personalities. Johnny Depp was there. Maybe you could do without Johnny Depp. being there, but that adds a little celebrity star power to the evening. And Eric Clapton, of course, playing brilliantly, which nobody really talks about, that he's still able to do it. They're hoping that he's going to retire still. And they still, of course, haven't apologized for the way they've treated Eric Clapton over the last, 3 years now. So it's just, but hey, the place was filled up. I don't think there was an empty seat for 2 nights. And it's a pretty big stadium. And yeah, people wanted to give Jeff Beck the proper respect and the proper send-off, and they did, except for Jimmy Page. What can I say? Maybe Jimmy Page again, because he's just kind of sour, because this whole Led Zeppelin stuff just sort of wound down because one person didn't want to do it, and that was Robert Plant. And, you could have gotten Jason Bonham there at the drop of a hat. I think John Paul Jones was probably in. And I'm thinking Jimmy, not doing much of anything these days, could probably use a little practice, get out there and play his guitar again. And you could attribute the whole thing to age. I mean, there are a number of reasons. Maybe he just doesn't want to be out in public with a bunch of people. Maybe he has a grudge with somebody on the stage. We don't know. I mean, these guys have been around each other for 50, 60 years. I mean, it's just incredible how much time these people have spent around one another. But people from the UK, they tend to be very proud people and, honorable. And so this, I think, is kind of sad that he didn't show up. That's really all I know. I don't know the reasons, but it is kind of a glaring sort of omission that Jimmy Page decided not to go. He was asked to go, and he never showed up. So, or he declined. I don't know if he officially declined or they asked him and he was supposed to be there and he didn't show up. There's not too much of a difference other than the fact that if he formally declined and said, nope, I'm not coming. Thanks for asking, but I'm busy. There's good stuff on TV, and so I don't want to miss that. I don't know. I'm just speculating, people. That's all you can do. But anyway, a tremendous concert. Like I say, most of that footage has been uploaded to YouTube. You want to see people in their element paying tribute to one of the great guitarists of all time. It's worth the watch. All right. If you're really into quality music, you will hear and see a lot of great things. Rod Stewart was even pretty good. Rod, I know, is kind of an acquired taste for some people. I like Rod Stewart. I don't have a big problem with Rod. His career is kind of bizarre, but he's made the most of it. Let's put it that way. All right, here is Eric Lavra and Twilight Dream. Check this out. If you like twanging guitars a la Tom Petty on his second album, or maybe Roger McGuinn somewhere in there, most likely. It's great stuff. Dean Castronovo plays drums on it. So, you can buy it for the Dean factor if you're a Dean fanatic and you want to own another item where Dean Castronovo is a part of it. You should check it out. All right, folks. Again, please subscribe to the channel. Views actually went up overall, but revenue continues to go down. So maybe it's working a little bit. We'll see if eventually the revenue starts to respond to the increased viewership, or maybe it was just a blip and the viewership will instantly go back down. I don't know, folks, but I can use your help over on Patreon as usual. I'm tired of talking about Patreon. You can also do YouTube memberships if you'd like to join that way. It's very easy to do so. I'm trying to remember to put links to all these things into the description of each video. Modern Retro Radio as well. You should patronize them. They've gone wall to wall with Tina Turner music. So that's fantastic, in honor of the queen of rock and roll. And, a lot of radio programmers can't adapt like that across the country because everything is locked in. I don't even know if they have the ability to put in more Tina Turner. When I say across the country, I mean Everything is controlled centrally. The iHeart Radio Music Industrial Complex, as I like to call it. And it's all the same. Doesn't matter what city you're in. So this is a great reason to check out modern retro radio. All right, folks, thanks. I'll be back with other stuff coming soon. So stay tuned.